Hey folks, today I'm going to show you how to make a website project using replit.com, replit.com. You'll go there, you'll sign up if you haven't already by clicking the sign up button in the top right. You'll continue with Google and put in your school Google account there and sign in. After which you'll see a screen similar to this. After you click through some preferences, you can skip a lot of the questions they ask you. And this will be your dashboard for REPL. And there's a blue plus button in the top right corner where you can click New REPL and select HTML, CSS, JS for any project we make. Now, for this particular project, we're going to use some starting code that I've pre-built for us. And then you'll make a copy of the project to your own REPL. So I've provided a link for this in Canvas. And it'll take you to this page. This will also be in the description of the video on YouTube. replit.com/@buckledav/my-first-site. And then you will click Fork REPL. And what Fork does is it takes the entire code project and copies it to your account so you can make changes and then turn it in as your own site. So I'm going to go back to my account here, and now I've got my first site open. I'm going to hit fork on my end so I don't mess up the original. And there will be my copy. And then what I can do is start adding some HTML. So in the assignment we have, the first thing we need to add is an H1 tag. Now I've put a link to some resources in Canvas, and these are all on W3 Schools' website. So click on the link for H1, and it'll take you to this page, HTML headings. You can also Google these as well. HTML headings, W3 Schools. You can scroll down, you can check out the examples, and you're like, oh, here's how you would make an H1 element on your website. So I would recommend that you avoid copying and pasting when learning something new. Instead, try to look at it and remember it, and then try to type it out. So I can look at this and remember that, okay, we've got an H1 with some angle brackets around it, and then my content, and then we've got an H1 with a slash. So I can go back over here, try to replicate that, and then I'm going to just put the title right here. And then I can hit run, and then I've got a title in my web page here. Now, I also need to add a p tag. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. You can click on the resource for p as well, or just Google HTML p tag. But I mean, it's a paragraph. It's pretty simple. Here are some words. And then the last tag that we need is IMG. IMG stands for image. And so we're going to need to add a few more details to this tag so our browser knows what image to display. So the details that we add to tags are called attributes, and image has an SRC attribute, which is short for source. So we can do source equals and then some quotation marks. And within those quotation marks, we'll put a link to an image that we want. So I'm going to go to Google Images real quick, and I am going to search for a cow. And then I'm going to go to more tools and usage rights, and then Creative Commons licenses. That will ensure that the image is free to use. And then I can click on this cow. It'll open up the preview. I can right click on it, and then there will be a drop down menu, and one of the options will be copy image address. You'll click on copy image address, go back to your website and paste that within the image source. Now this image is probably going to be massive. Let's go ahead and run. Yeah, it's pretty huge. So another attribute we can add to this image tag is width. So I could say width equals, and then like 200. And then that should make my cow a lot smaller. Cool. So here is my first beautiful website's content. Now to style the content, we need to go add some CSS. So I can go over to this style CSS page, and there's already some CSS here. So we can kind of look at it and I'll explain it to you. First thing you may notice that looks funny is we've got these two lines that are green in my editor. These are called comments. That means that they are not currently being applied to style the website. They're just like little pieces of code that are notes to self. In this case, I have three options for how I want to align my cow and words. Right now, they're being centered. So if I want to change that, I can select the line that I don't want anymore, do Control/ or Control question mark on my keyboard, and that will comment that line of code out. And then I can uncomment the one I'm interested in by selecting it and doing that same Control/ operation. And then I can hit run, and now notice that my cow and words are all the way to the right side, which is the end of the page in this case. So my stuff has been aligned to the end. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it like that. That seems fine to me. And then as part of your assignment, I asked that you change the color and background color of your text. So you can hover over this black color, and you can select anything within here, and an RGB value will come up saying what color it is. So I'm going to go ahead and select some green to match our cow, maybe kind of a yellowy green. Match our cow's grass, that is. Cows aren't usually green that I know of. That'll be for my text color. And then for my background color, I'm going to do a disgusting brown color, just for fun. So then if I hit run, ooh, yeah. Now we're feeling like we're outside. So yeah, that's all you need in your HTML. You got to have an H1, paragraph, and an image. And then in your CSS, you gotta change the color, which is the text color, and the background color, which is the background color of the whole thing. Notice that these CSS rules are being applied to the body tag in our HTML, which is, of course, the tag that surrounds all our content. So that's all. Good luck. When you're ready to turn it in, what you do is you copy the link in the address bar up here. If you copy the one in the little preview, that's okay too. Either one works for me. I prefer the one in the address bar. You copy that, you go back to Canvas, you hit start assignment, and you paste that URL in the input field. So good luck. Let me know if you have any questions, and have fun making your little websites.